Welcome back to officially the craziest AI SEO case study I have ever seen. Now, just to correct last video, I did say there were 17 billion pages on this website. I took another think about that. I don't think there are that many, just because I highly doubt that there are more businesses in the UK than there are people in the world. I highly doubt that. However, I think there are at least 500 million pages on this, if not a billion. I'm not exactly sure how many pages there are. But anyway, let's talk about the actual results here, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about the workflow and how you can do this for yourselves. Now, if you want to build one of these websites, I will continue making videos about how to build this kind of website. But if you actually watch the last video that we did on this, which we'll leave somewhere on the screen now, you will actually be able to do everything that I'm about to show you. Anyway, it's just some people still need a little bit extra help. So, this is the search console for this website right here. You can see that on the day it was released, it got 2,500 impressions. This is a 2-day-old search console, okay? So bear that in mind as we go forwards. If I click on pages here, you can see that we already have 5,000 index pages, which is complete madness. It's complete madness, guys. I've never seen anything like this. However, if we go on most recent date, this is the third day that this shop has been open. Not shop, sorry. This website has been open. And we got 7,000 impressions, guys. 7,000 impressions. That is the most insane result that I've ever had on SEO. I've been doing SEO for years now. I've never seen a website get 7,000 impressions after just 72 hours, 48 hours, however many hours this has been open. You can see here, these are all real keywords. We're ranking for things like cooperative bank, metal fabrication London, London fireworks shop, process server London, office space rental agency. All of these things, you might think, how are you going to monetize this website? If you can rank number 1, number 2, number 3 on Google for something like process server London, all you do after, I'll show you exactly how we would monetize this. Once we're ranked number 1 for process server services London, or whatever the keyword was, process server London, what we then do is we ring these guys and we say, look, we're ranking number 1 on Google, give us 30 quid a month and we will put you at the very top here in like a CTA so that people click on your result. If they say no, then we say, okay, we'll ring Swift process servers, these guys here. We even have all their numbers ready to go. We can just literally sit here, ring them one by one, get someone else to ring them one by one, whatever, and say, look, we have a directory, findabusinessuk.com, give us 30 quid, or and we'll put you at the top, or we'll bloody give us 30 quid and we'll put you at the top of our directory. We are ranking first on Google for process servers in London, for example, okay? And then you just repeat this process over and over and over. Okay, so now we're ranking for metal fabrication London, do the same thing. So we just ring plus fab sheet metal fabrication and we say, hey guys, we're ranking first on Google, give us 30 quid a month, we'll put you at the top of this page here and we'll bring you some leads, okay? You can also put Google ads on here, so you can put like ads here, for example, or here, or whatever it might be. There are many, many different ways of monetizing a website like this when you're getting keywords like metal fabrication London. Even more impressively, I would say, is that we actually have 459 keywords on Ahrefs and 230 traffic. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've never seen a graph that looks like that before, okay? Normally, even 2men and things like that, which had loads and loads of pages when it was first set up, it was a very steady process like that. This is a new way of making websites. It's completely different, and I'm going to talk you through our exact flow. Okay, so I have a few theories as to why this works so well. And my main theory, right, is that Google views this type of content differently. And I'll explain exactly why, okay? So a WordPress website has HTML, right? So you're uploading a crap load of content onto Google, which you're expecting Google to crawl and index this content. If you have 100K plus pages, Google will see this and automatically like mark it down. So if you're expecting Google to take your 100,000 page website that's already made in HTML, crawl every word, and rank it on Google, it's not going to happen. Basically, because it's already made content, it already exists, and you're expecting Google to do that. However, with dynamic generation and SSR, which is server-side rendering, what actually happens instead is this page here doesn't exist. Well, I mean, it does exist, but it doesn't exist in the sense that like a WordPress website's page would exist, okay? Only when you click on this, and just so you know, guys, the reason that these exist on Google is because Google has rendered these pages for me, okay? So what happens is if I go on, oh yeah, it's on settings, look, crawl stats, here we go, right. So total crawl requests, 3.93K, 3.17 bytes. Okay, so this is quite a low amount of pages compared to what I was expecting. I'm guessing that there are even more, but basically what this means, total crawl requests means that it's attempted to crawl 4,000 pages, right? When Google crawls these pages, it actually creates the page, okay? Because what happens is Google renders this content. So with dynamic generation and SSR, things work a little bit differently. So the content exists, but it's not rendered yet. Google renders it as it wants. Google seems to prefer this to traditional, here's all my content, index it now. Okay, so with WordPress, you're uploading all of that content to Google and you're saying, please deal with this, index this, etc., etc. With dynamic generation using Next.js, instead what's happening is you're saying, here's what my page should be. You can render it if you want, or you can completely ignore it, okay? So that's kind of the difference here. That's why, in my opinion anyway, this seems to be working a lot better. Now, something that's really interesting is if I go on sitemap.xml, this doesn't even have a sitemap. For some reason, I couldn't make it work at the time. So instead, what I actually did was I used something called Omega Indexer. So I really, really recommend Omega Indexer. It's very, very good to get indexed on Google. Now, let's just talk. I'll just give you the process. And if you go to the description of this video, you can also find the document that has all of this information in. But the process is basically find a CSV or two CSVs that have data you want to make something from. So in my case, it was all of the cities and towns in the UK and all of the Google My Business categories. Add them to Cursor as .csv files. Add a roadmap/prompt to Cursor. Refer to the data files and the roadmap in your prompt. So as you're going through, just keep referring back to them. Get Cursor to make the entire project. So that probably takes about an hour to 2 hours. 6, what's it called? Push to GitHub. Okay, you really want it on GitHub, so use GitHub CLI. 7, attach GitHub project to Vercel or Netlify. 8, once you've done that, build the project on Vercel plus buy a custom domain. 9, verify on Search Console using text record on DNS. 10, once you've done that, that's when we can get all your URLs and send them to Omega Indexer. 11, get your homepage indexed on Search Console, okay? So this step-by-step process is exactly what you need to create a website like this. This is the most insane case study I've ever seen. There's always this thing on YouTube SEOs, like people that just grow websites kind of consistently but quite slowly. This is something completely different. I'm really, really trying to experiment here. I really think that I can get to something like 10,000 to 30,000 clicks a month very, very quickly and easily with a website like this. For context, something like that that's getting 30,000 clicks a month, if you put that on Mediavine, that's probably going to make you about $500 just from ads, okay? That's without contacting any businesses. That's without anything else. If you can get to that 30,000 click mark and you're on Mediavine, you're probably going to be making about $500 a month passively just for making a website like this. Now, there is a cost to this. I will be honest. So we are spending quite a lot of money right now, as you can see here, on the API, on data for SEO. So that's actually one thing that's missing here. You need to connect to data for SEO API to get local business data. And then, yeah, the rest of it is just as you can see here. So yeah, guys, honestly, try this for yourselves. Don't make the same directory as me. Make something slightly different. Make it in your home country. Just do a similar thing. I think what I'm going to do next is findabusinessusa.com, which will have even more pages, of course. Okay, guys, I hope that was helpful. I hope people found this useful. If you're watching all the way to the end of this video, you're an absolute legend. And I'll see you very, very soon with some more content. Peace out. I made 10 websites in less than a week. Watch this video to find out what happened.